One more outburst or one more vulgarity and you will be going to jail. You understand?
Good luck.
What, ma'am?
I said good luck. Finish court.
Time, see? When you were doing so well, you were missing, you were doing, then all of a sudden, there you are, 12-hour gaps.
Yes,
That's why we get on high alert.
No, and I understand that. Trust me, if I was in your guys' place, I would be like, she's messing up. And that's where it messes with me, because I hate to look like that person, especially, I can't go back to jail. I don't want to let my kids down. I let myself down. Like, I have been through so much, and I'm so proud of myself because I have not relapsed.
Son, good. Okay, good morning, everybody. Once again, this is my Phoenix project. We had a great staffing yesterday. Oh my goodness. I had a great staffing yesterday. Except we've got a little issue. Miss Sabrina. Miss Sabrina, where are we?
I'm here.
I know. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm good. I just got home. Well, I got home like 30 minutes ago. I went to go do a UA.
You went to go do what?
A UA?
Oh, very good.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I was the first one there.
Excellent. Excellent. What is going on, Miss Sabrina? We're having little issues. What's going on? Tell me.
So, for one, it's summer, and I don't know, what it is about. Well, I mean, I know what it is. The kids are out, so we stay up watching movies, and then in the morning, they don't have to leave right away. It's not like we're getting ready for school and all of that, and I oversleep. I don't have an excuse except that I oversleep. And then I went almost 2 weeks without an air conditioner, and I couldn't sleep. So then I would sleep past my morning blow and then not wake up till 9. So
okay.
I'm trying to make excuses, I just, without the air conditioner, it really put me off for the whole month, really, because I couldn't work because I didn't have, the right temperature in the salon. And once I finally got it, the guy came on 4th of July and was able to hook up my air, and it's been a lot better, but it's so hard for me. I know.
If it was the air conditioner, July 2nd was the first time that you did a 12-hour no blow, 12-hour gap. Then it happened the 2nd. You said you fixed your air conditioner on the 4th. Then there's no more after the 4th.
Yeah, because, the kids are out from school. But
the kids were out from school even way before them.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I'm not making excuses. I messed up, and I don't want to sound like how I'm not trying to be a victim. I'm not trying to justify what I did. It was an honest mistake, Miss Ronhal. I've been doing so good with everything in my life.
Honest mistake. If that's the case, there were 3 mistakes.
I know that.
Mistake is a one-time deal. A one-time deal. This wasn't a mistake. This is a pattern and a behavior. A patterned behavior. for a certain period of time.
I
And
mean-
12 hours you can drink.
But I'm not. That's the thing. Like, and there's,
You're not. Okay.
I'm not. I mean, I don't even leave my house. I don't even have a life. Like, I stay home and I literally just sit here waiting till my freaking psycho ex-boyfriend gets out of jail so that I can be cautious to make sure he doesn't come look for me. I don't even do anything. Like, I literally, I think about my probation 24/7. I'm trying everything that I can.
No, you're trying. I know you're trying. I know you're trying. Nobody can say you're not trying. No, Miss Sabrina, I'm not saying you're not trying. I see it. We've seen it. We've seen a major, awesome difference. I see a progress, but people fall off.
And
People
I'm
fall off. And so if you would just tell us, be honest, tell us, you know,
is
you have
like, I swear to you, and you could even talk to my mother-in-law. She sees what I go through when I wake up late. And I'm like, I wake up late and then it keeps going because my anxiety gets so bad that it's like my body shuts down. I'm like, oh, whatever, like just sleep. And I miss everything. And then I find my phone like with my son. I'm like, Max, you know not to take my phone, baby, like while I'm sleeping, you know, and I hate to have to say that it's my kid's fault. So of course I don't say that. You know, I don't miss my blows during the day.
Yeah. It was the 5 a.m. one, but it left a 12-hour gap, 11-hour gap, and I think another 12-hour gap. There were 3 times. See, when you were doing so well, you were missing, you were doing, then all of a sudden, there you are, 12-hour gaps.
yes, because
That's why we get on high alert.
no, and I understand that. Trust me, if I was in your guys' place, I would be like, she's messing up. And that's where it messes with me because I hate to look like that person, especially, you know, I can't go back to jail. I don't want to let my kids down. I let myself down. Like, I have been through so much and I'm so proud of myself because I have not relapsed. I'm so proud of myself because in the past, I would have looked at this like the end of the world and would be like, screw it, I'm in trouble anyways. But I'm not that person anymore.
Yeah. Okay. You know, and I understand everything you're telling me, but there's something. When I see you doing so well, and then, oh my God, 3 times so bad, and 12 hours, and 12 hours, you could have a couple of drinks. It causes high alert. I have to. In staffing yesterday, we're talking about safety for you now. So, Sabrina, you got to tell us the truth.
I swear to you, I'm 100% honest.
Okay. We're talking safety. Safety's on the table now, but
I swear, won't miss any
now's
blows.
your time. Okay. Miss Sabrina, now's your time to tell us the truth.
Yes, and I have told you guys the truth. I swear to you.
Okay. You've not been drinking.
I promise you, I swear on my children, on everything. I have not been drinking. I have not. I wish you guys.
Now's the time for you to be honest.
And I am honest. I am an open book to you guys. I am so honest right now. I promise you. I know better than to lie to you, Judge. I know better, and I cannot leave my children. I have done nothing to risk anything because my children are the only thing I have.
Okay.
And
okay, this was your opportunity to be honest with us, okay? Because honesty goes a long way. You know that. And I had to be honest with you and tell you that safety was discussed. Safety was discussed for you as a sanction for 3 times. But we didn't understand, Miss Sabrina, you know that on July 2nd, you had a 12-hour gap and there was some concern and they had to talk to you about it and they were going to talk to me about it. And then you do it 2 more times after that.
And trust me, I know, and I beat myself up over it. I swear to you, like, it eats away at me because I don't want you guys to think that, because I know it's reliving last year all over again. And
Right. But it's not reliving last year again. Don't even go back there. People have relapses. People progress, do great. And then they have a little relapse. There's nothing wrong with that other than be honest, confront it, suffer the consequences, and move on and do better. So
Yes.
that's why I'm giving you every opportunity. I'm begging you to tell me the truth.
I'm
I really
begging
am.
me.
Okay. You're saying telling me the truth. I can't prove otherwise.
I
Right? I can't. We can't prove otherwise. But what about a hair follicle test for you?
I mean, if I can get help with somebody paying for it, I'm more than happy. I did it last time.
No, I know. So now you've got to pay for it. You did it 3 mistakes.
Okay, I will pay. I can
You
get
did
them.
3 mistakes.
Yes, ma'am.
You gotta pay somehow, Miss Sabrina.
Yes,
We can't,
I will
somebody
do it.
can't keep bailing you.
Yes, I will do it. And my dad will pay for it because
Who will pay for it?
my father will pay for it because
Okay.
he supports this.
Okay, good. I'm glad you have somebody that'll support you and that believes in you. Okay, Miss Melin Flores is telling me you missed again this morning.
I did, and I did my UA.
And yesterday you went in the morning as well, Miss Sabrina?
I know, and I don't know what to say. Like my anxiety, I sat here and I cried to my caseworker. I cried to my therapist. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to explain.
Tell us the truth. That's
I tell you the truth. Oh my
all
God.
we want is the truth. If you're
And-
drinking, Sabrina, we want to help you. So you missed yesterday, you missed today. It's 5 times already? And you know that that's the issue.
I'm not drinking. I'm not doing anything to put my probation, my children, my life, my house, because if anything happens to me, I'm not going to have everything when I get back because I'm still trying to get back on my feet from being in jail.
Sabrina, something is going on with you for you
don't
to have 5 missed gaps. 12 hours, Miss Melin?
No, Your Honor. Yesterday and today she missed the 5 a.m.
Yeah, but how much is the gap?
10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, Your Honor. 9 hours.
Not yes. She misses the 5 o'clock. She's got a 9-10 hour gap.
Can I-
This is 5 times. Sabrina, you were perfect. For month
Yeah.
after month after month after month after month. So what is going on?
The fact that, I have a life outside of probation and I have to pretend like everything's perfect or else you guys think that I'm drinking. I feel like I can't even have a bad day. I had no air conditioner. I didn't know how I was going to pay my rent. My utilities are all way past due because it's constantly trying to catch up. And my anxiety, I have PTSD medication that I take, and I take it and I don't wake up. But my children weren't here Thursday, Friday, Saturday because they had a tournament in Las Cruces. I was alone by myself for the first time in I don't know how long. I take my PTSD medication. What happens? I don't wake up. You know, there's a million things that go on in my head, and I don't even know why I do things. I don't know. I don't think my doctor even knows, but I'm trying and I'm begging you to understand where I'm coming from. That I can't. Oh, I don't even have the words for it. I swear to you, I'm not drinking. I will get the money. I will do the hair follicle. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it today. I don't care. I'll do it. Because I'm so strong.
But this is okay. And then this is the other issue. What are we going to do if, let's say that you're telling us the truth. Let's say you're telling us the truth. And it comes out negative. The fact that you have created 10 to 12 hour gaps has to be sanctioned.
Well, everybody else gets work release, so I suggest that I get work release too, because I wasn't caught drinking. I don't drink, and I will say that, and I don't plan on drinking after I get off probation because I was a horrible person. You know, I want to help people that were just like me so they don't feel like nobody understands them. It is very hard to keep it all together for myself, for you guys, and most importantly for my kids, because they can't see me upset. And my anxiety has this really messed up way of doing things like this to me, because I get so overwhelmed that I sleep because I just want it to just go away. And then I end up oversleeping. I don't do it on purpose. Trust me, you think I want to.
You've been perfectly fine until July 2nd. You were perfectly fine and you still had your PTSD, you still had your children, you still had your medication, you still had your business, you had all of those stresses still. All of a sudden, July 2nd, you unraveled. What happened?
Oh.
That's our perspective. You've had all the excuses you've just given me. You've had them for months and months and months when you've been successful. So what happened July 2nd?
I don't have a reason. I can't sit here and tell you because there's no reason. I didn't, you know, if you want me to be perfectly honest, this is a perfect example. Something that nobody knows. You guys don't know about it, but I lost a baby in April. I was pregnant, and that still didn't push me to drink.
Can I ask whose was it?
It was the same father.
Your ex? It was your ex?
Yes.
Okay. And you didn't drink in April?
No, I didn't. And you know, it was very hard for me, and I didn't talk to anybody about it because, you know, I didn't want to live it. I didn't want to talk about it. It was.
How many months were you?
I was 11 weeks.
Okay, well, I'm sorry that happened to you.
And I only bring it up because something like that was so detrimental to my life, and I still didn't drink, Miss Runhell. Like, I am very, 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 very sorry that it looks that way, but I promise you, I promise you, I'll do anything.
But once again, still, Miss Sabrina, that Let me try to say this nicely. I'll say this nicely. Your standard operating procedure, okay, your behavior and your pattern is to defend and deflect. Defend and deflect. So you're in a lot of trouble. 5 times, 10 to 12 hour gaps. And you choose to tell us about this thing, this bad thing that happened to you, this terrible thing that happened to you right now.
Yeah, because I'm desperate for you guys to see. This isn't
That's
something.
a defend mechanism. That's a defend and deflect. Yeah, I did bad, but look at what I went through. Yeah, I did bad, but look at the good. Yeah, I did bad, but look at what I've gone through. Sabrina, that is another affirmation to me that you lead a double life.
No, that is
You
not.
didn't tell us.
Then I should.
You're not honest with us. That's another affirmation with you.
Exactly why I didn't want to say to begin with.
So I have to tell you, you telling us that, you disclosing that to us at this moment make matters worse for me. Because you're still using your same addictive defense mechanism, which is defend and defend anytime you're in trouble, number one. And number two is still leading a double life and you're not honest with us.
I am being so honest. So
Yeah, but you weren't in April. This is July. You weren't in April, and you bring it up when you're in a lot of trouble.
no.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh my God.
Yes, ma'am.
I was just using it as an example.
You didn't use it as an example. You used it. You wanted us to feel sorry for you so we wouldn't sanction you or to prove the fact that you didn't.
You can sanction me. I'll do. You know that I'll do everything. I don't ever say no.
Well, safety's on the table now. Safety's on the table. We discussed it seriously. I'm telling you. We're going to sit. We're going to discuss everything again, staff it again. And let's see where it goes, Miss Sabrina. Let's see where it goes. Sabrina, this is not good. This is not, you're still leading a double life.
Miss Ronhal, I promise you, I don't even have my own life. I'm trying to be perfect for you guys.
We don't want perfect. We want honesty. I don't want perfect. I don't want perfect. Yes, Judge, I screwed up. Yeah, I've been drinking. This has happened. This has happened. This has happened. I've been drinking. Okay, Sabrina. What can you do to fix it and make it better? That's all I want. I don't want perfection. I want honesty.
And I'm being
And
honest.
for you to say that I want perfection is offensive.
It's not
After
true.
all this time that you know me, all I want is honesty.
And I'm being honest.
Okay. Okay.
I don't have to humiliate myself on YouTube. You think I like that? I don't.
Miss Flores, anybody else has any question, Miss Sabrina? Because we're going to stop this again, because I think, safety maybe.
No, Your Honor, I'm just a little bit confused because I never knew, nobody knew, not even the caseworker when I spoke to her, that she was having issues with the medication, that she was oversleeping, but yet she goes to bed late, she doesn't blow a 10. So it's just a lot of confusion, Your Honor.
Well, my life is not. I'm not saying anything anymore. I tried to explain to you guys, but it's like it's so frustrating because I've tried so hard. And it doesn't matter what I say, like you guys are gonna think I'm trying to play the victim, and I'm not. I take full accountability for everything I do. I just don't want to leave my kids.
I know, Miss Sabrina, but what did you think 5 missed blows of 10 to 12-hour gaps each was going to lead to after you've sat in jail? I've given you work release. I've given you 30 days straight. Sanctions generally go up. They don't go down.
My sanction went up. It definitely did. And
It's going to go up again with 5 missed. What are you thinking?
I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that I blow 7 times a day and it's all I freaking think about. So when I go to sleep, my mind just wants to get away from all of it.
6 times a day. You're not the only one. Everybody in my court, they manage to do it. So you're going to victim. You're going to victim status. You're doing victim mode. Everybody in my court does it and they have no problems with it.
Okay.
You're going to victim. I'm not going to let you go to victim. I don't want to hear victim from you. You're not a victim.
I'm not.
Well, you went to victim. I blow 7 times a day. That's victim.
All right.
Anybody have any questions of Miss Sabrina before we Anybody?
I don't have a question, Your Honor, but I do want to make it clear for Miss Sabrina that the kids should be going to sleep early. They should be going back to school in about 2 weeks, and they should stay in a consistent schedule because it's very important for the children to sleep there at least 8 hours straight.
Okay. I totally agree.
And
But
I highly suggest
You should be telling that to my ex-husband, not to me, because they come home whenever they please, and I have no say in any of that. And that's what I've dealt with.
Sabrina, to talk to your husband and mother-in-law, because I know they pick them up and everything. Okay? But I suggest for you to be in bed as well, at least your 8 hours, ma'am, because we're allowing you to blow at 10 and then at 5 a.m. So those are your 8 hours of sleep. And if your anxiety is that bad, ma'am, it's because you're not sleeping well. You're not having a consistent schedule. And I will let your caseworker know as well to check on your medication to see what is going on with the medication as well.
My medication is good. It's just my PTSD medication. And I talked to her about it yesterday. But I mean,
as well.
Yes, sounds good.
So the children should be in bed already asleep no later than 9 p.m. Okay, ma'am? And I'll be doing a visit. And
Yes.
And your children should be in bed already.
If they're home.
I'll make sure they're home, ma'am.
Thank you.
Miss Sabrina, if you needed help with that, why don't you reach out and tell us?
Because
Come on. You're the mom.
I just want peace in my life.
You're the mother.
I understand that.
You're the mother.
They also took care of my kids while I was in jail, and I came out of there not knowing what the heck I was doing anymore. I came out feeling like they took control of the kids, and you know what? Sometimes I just don't want to deal with it because there's so many other things that are going on that I'm like, okay, at least the kids are happy. At least they're okay. But you know what? They come home. I'm hungry. I want this. I want that. And it's 10 o'clock at night. You know, I'm trying my best still to be a single mom. And I think I thought I was doing fine. But I have a very hard time asking for help or telling people anything. And it ends up kicking me in the butt later. And I'm working on it. I'm working on everything, all of it. And I just want you guys to see that I'm trying. It sucks because I feel like I can't even talk because I'm going to say something the wrong way or I'm going to make somebody upset. So I'm just not gonna talk anymore. I don't know.
Anything else you want to tell us?
No.
Okay, we're going to staff you again, Miss Sabrina. We'll let you know.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
All right, and that's all I have for record matters.
Okay.
So we'll get to your hearing. So I want to do the Wagner. So let me bring him in.
Okay.
It's been for an hour, I believe.
All right.
So this is with Attorney Sackrider, and also, let me rename this person here. Kelly Bridges. Just a moment. Can you hear us, ma'am? Unmute, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes, okay, let's go.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Wagner, in this matter, you're before the court charged with civil contempt of court due to your failure to pay child support and or related expenses. Upon a first conviction, you could be ordered to serve up to 45 days in jail. If it's a second or subsequent offense, up to 90 days in jail. You understand the charges, sir?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, the court has appointed Mr. Sackrider to represent you in this matter. Have you had sufficient time to speak to Mr. Sackrider in preparation for this proceeding?
Yes.
And Mr. Sackrider, you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. We'll have Ms. Wills, Mr. Wagner, and what's your, ma'am, what's your name?
Kelly Bridges.
Burgess. Ms. Burgess, we'll have you all raise your right hand. We'll have you sworn in, then we'll proceed.
For him to, Mr. Wagner, raise your right hand too, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
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 Okay. Ms. Wills, you can proceed.
All right. The docket before you, Your Honor, is 2019-846DS in the matter of Ms. Kelly Bridges versus Mr. Derek Wagner, with Mr. Wagner being the payer. This is an adjourned enforcement hearing. I was adjourned to allow him to be represented by court-appointed attorney as requested. It was originally, prior to that adjournment, a bench warrant hearing for his failure to appear at a referee hearing on June 13th of 2022. The order being enforced today is the modified uniform child support order dated January 13th of 2020, which states that his current child support is $109. After servicing and processing fees, brings it to $112.50. His last payment was $148.28 on September 3rd of 2021 via unemployment. He has been show cause 3 times with 1 bench warrant and 1 finding of contempt. The previous 6 months, at $112.50, he should have paid $675, and he has paid none.
Because he's a bum.
As of February 28th of 2023, his total arrearages are $4,747.94. There have been no previous jail sentences with that previous contempt hearing. Mr. Wagner was booked in on March 3rd in the Calhoun County Jail on separate charges. When he was booked in on our warrant, he was in jail from February 16th to February 23rd.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Sackrider, do you contest or dispute any of the statements made by Ms. Wills?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, do you have any questions for Ms. Wills?
Yes. Ms. Wills, has he been in jail since February 16th?
No, so he was in jail February 16th to February 23rd. He bonded out on the 23rd, and then he was booked back into jail on March 3rd. And he's been there since March 3rd on separate charges that are not FOC related.
Okay. And does he qualify for the LEAP program?
Nope.
No, so with Mr. Wagner, let me make sure that we have his correct address on file. The previous address, he does qualify for LEAP. However, due to, us not being able to get in contact with him and having the bench warrant for so long, he did not qualify. He does now, as long as he doesn't have any other warrants in the state of Michigan.
Okay, thank you. No further questions.
Okay. Any proofs, Mr. Sackrider?
Yes, I'd call Mr. Wagner.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, Mr. Wagner, can you hear me?
Yes.
You heard the testimony of Miss Wills, is that correct?
Yes.
Is there anything that you disagreed with?
No, sir.
Okay. So you were booked in, looks like February 16th, and then you bonded out on February 23rd by posting a $100 bond, is that correct?
Correct.
Are you willing to put that bond amount towards your child support arrearages?
Absolutely.
He needs to pay more than $100.
Okay, hold on a second. Ms. Bridges, we're taking testimony from Mr. Wagner, not from you at this time. You'll have an opportunity to speak after that, so please don't interrupt.
Okay. All right. Ms. Wills testified that you're being held on other criminal charges in the jail. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a hearing date or a release date for those other charges?
I have a release date on the 8th.
On April 8th?
Yes, sir.
You're expected to be released?
Yes.
Good. Prior to February 16th of 2023, were you employed?
No.
Lie.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Just hold on. Ms. Bridges, was I unclear about not speaking or interrupting? Ma'am?
So what? Y'all can shake a piece of shit motherfucking hand and say
Hey,
congratulations.
ma'am, if you go off like that, you can be held in contempt of court and go to jail. Do you want to do that?
Just proceed to the fucking court hearing and shut up.
Ma'am? One more outburst or one more vulgarity and you will be going to jail. You understand?
Good luck.
What, ma'am?
I said good luck. Finish court.
Go ahead, Mr. Sackrider.
How are you supporting yourself prior to February 16th of 2023?
Odds and end jobs. Like I said, I've been unemployed. Just this and that, what I can get by.
All right. When was the last time you were employed?
Before fall.
Before fall of 2022?
Yes.
And what were you doing then?
I was working subcontracting to a construction company and I was terminated.
Okay.
I had not had time to be placed on payroll before I was terminated.
Okay. And so you've been homeless since that time?
On and off, yes.
Where do you stay mostly?
I was staying with my parents, but because of the ongoing charges, I have a no contact order with them.
Okay. Do you struggle with substance abuse?
No.
You
I have in the past, but not currently.
Okay. What is what's your highest level of education achieved?
10th.
Are you willing to pursue a GED?
Eventually, once I get things in order.
Okay. And what can we tell this court that your plan is to meet these obligations if you were to be released from jail?
I have court on the 31st. I'm supposed to be placed on probation, which I will be required to gain employment, which upon gaining employment, I will be able to start making payments on my child support as required. I mean, besides that, there's really nothing else I could say.
All right. Would you be willing to participate with Miss Wills in the LEAP program?
Yes.
All right. So you would be willing to work with a temp agency and find employment and set up income withholding?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, is there anything else that you would like to tell the court?
Nope. I think that's it, sir.
All right. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Wagner, in the last year, how much have you worked?
Altogether, probably about 2.5 months.
And during that time, you obviously didn't pay any child support. Why was that?
I just failed to pay. I failed to pay. I mean, honestly, there's no excuse for it.
Okay. And during those 2.5 months, how much would you say you made on an average week?
About $200 a week.
Okay. When you weren't working, what were you doing to acquire employment?
Shovel snow, handyman work.
Okay. So just odd jobs during that time.
Yes, sir.
Did you apply for any employment during that time?
I have not had an ID, birth certificate, or social security card for quite some time. I had just acquired that previously before being incarcerated on the 3rd.
Okay. Let me ask you, you said that you will eventually seek your GED. Why have you not done it previously?
I haven't had the resources to, sir. Anything else that you'd like me to be aware of, sir? No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Bridges, you can ask Mr. Wagner any questions pertaining to the issue before the court, which is his non-payment of child support. Do you have any questions?
I already know why his non-payment of child support is, why he's had a job the whole time working for Larson's Construction, making $26 an hour underneath the table for months now.
Okay, ma'am, this is your time to ask you. This is your time to ask him questions, not for you to give a statement at this point. So if you have any questions for him, ask those.
Okay, Derek, seeing you had money to buy alcohol, why were you not paying your child support?
I was terminated because you had contacted FOC before I had a chance to be placed on payroll, so I was terminated.
That's not my fault. You know you're supposed to pay child support. Pay your shit. Be a man. Instead of a bum drunk.
Okay. Thank you. Anything else, Mr. Sackrider? You're muted.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay. Court will make the following finding in this matter. In this case, Mr. Wagner has a minimal support obligation of $148.50 per month, including his arrearage repayment in this matter that, in fact, over the last year, he has, as he stated, he's worked approximately 2.5 months during that time, making $200 per week. On each of those weeks that he acknowledges that he simply failed to pay, and there's no excuse for not doing so. In addition to that, he did have odd jobs. He stated that he has been hindered somewhat because he has not had an ID. or birth certificate, etc., to acquire employment, but he has not stated any effort he's made to acquire that. Likewise with the GED, other than that he's had no money to do that. The court will find that he has had the present and the ability to pay, that he's failed or refused to pay, and therefore he is in contempt of court. Anything before sentencing, Mr. Sacred?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. My client testified that he will be on probation upon his release in his other criminal matters, and he will be looking for employment to satisfy this obligation. We would ask that any jail sentence be 31 days or less, with credit for 7 days already served in this matter. We would request a purge amount in the amount of $400. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Well, in this matter, Mr. Wagner, I could sentence you up to 45 days. I'm not going to do that only because it is your first time that you would have any jail time, even though you did have a prior contempt. There was no jail time at that point. What I'm going to do is I am going to sentence you to 21 days in jail with credit for 7 days served, and I'm going to put a purge amount in place of the amount of $500. If you're able to pay the purge amount, then you would not have to serve the balance of your jail sentence. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Court will end this matter at 11 a.m. You're free to go. Have a good day.
That's bullshit. You guys shake his hand and tell him congratulations.
Ma'am, the case is done. We don't need to hear anything else from you.
Fuck you, bye.
Hold on, ma'am. The court is going to hold Ms. Bridges in contempt of court based upon the last outburst and the last vulgarity. Ms. Wills, do you have Ms. Bridges' phone number? Can you contact her and get her back?
Yes. Let me just go ahead. If you allow me, would you like me to go off record while I call her right now to get her back on the Zoom?
No, go ahead. We'll just hold on and put her on.
Okay. All right. Hi, Ms. Bridges. This is your enforcement officer. Judge Kirkham was wondering if you could please log back onto Zoom to speak with him. If you could please log back on, Judge was requesting that. Okay, just log right back onto the Zoom room and they'll let you in. She hung up on me. So I'm unsure if she will log back in or not.
Let me see. This may be her.
Okay. Yes, that's her.
Ms. Bridges, I had warned you multiple times about your outbursts and your vulgarity, and apparently that did not have any impact. What the court is going to do based upon the last outburst, ma'am, the court, is she muted? Are you muted, ma'am? You can unmute yourself. We can't hear you.
You don't want to listen to anything I say. You just want to shake this motherfucker's hand and tell him congratulations.
Ma'am, the court is holding you in contempt of court. I'm sentencing you to 3 days. 3 days in jail, ma'am. You will be sentenced to 3 days in jail. You will have to appear on, we'll have her appear on March 17, 2023. No later than 4:00 p.m. to serve her 3 days in jail. If she fails to appear, the court will enter a bench warrant for her arrest at that point.
Okay.
All right.